G'day guys, my name's Josh. You can call me Jar Woodle, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die in Alpha 18 once again, where I have come back to Woodle Park 2 to build a new base. And this is something that I've been working on for a little while. I've been trying to come up with a solution for what happens with a demolisher when he gets his button pressed and you have no way of killing him. When he's about to explode and all hope is lost, is there any way you can save that situation? I think I'll come up with something that might hopefully work. I don't know, I might go out there and build it and it might not work at all, but I want to give it a crack and see if I can come up with something, some way to just kind of nullify the demolishers. I think I've got something where I'll have to go build it, but before I go build that base out in the park somewhere, find some new ground to break and put something new up again, as always, I need to head down through the MVP tower, down into the Hall of Legends to say thank you to 3 more awesome superstars for all of their lovely support. And today, I am thanking Clay Smith, Corey J, and Habitual Gaming. So thank you 3 for all of your support, and thank you everyone else both in this wing, the other wing, and the tower for your support too. It's filling up nicely in here. It's getting real crowded. Gonna have to do some more extensions at some point, I am sure. Alright, with that done, where are we going to build today? Now, what I've got in mind does involve a little bit of digging, so I'm gonna build it away from the rest of this nonsense, because this park is getting rather populated with bases right now. I have to keep spreading further and further out, and I'm running out of good building land. So the idea I have is actually kind of like a combination of a couple of ideas that I've done in the past. So it's one that I kind of stumbled across when I was trying to make my vehicle elevator before that I made a little while ago, one that brought the Jeep up from underground up onto the surface, which was kind of cool. But it's kind of a combination of that and also the blast shields here. Using, once again, those garage roller doors to our advantage, I reckon there's a way that we can, like, if the button has been pressed and they are beeping away and we have to reload our gun or something, they're going to explode and there's nothing we can do about it. Can we somehow stop them from doing too much damage to things that are actually important to us? So just over here, I've flattened out some more ground. I was going to flatten out more ground everywhere in this part to try and get some building area. And I'm just going to build, well, I'm going to build some sort of corridor just to get like a stable foundation for this. But it's what goes on top of that corridor that I think is going to be interesting. And it's something we can implement into other bases as well. I just like using a corridor because it gives me predictable results that I can test against every time. I suppose calling it a corridor was maybe a little bit of a lie. It's not a corridor at all, it's just a one big long platform with a little coloured bit on the end of it. I don't know what you might think that looks like, but it doesn't look like anything to me. So I'm just going to build something just to kind of start off by controlling how the zombies think. A lot of these bases, especially with Alpha 17 and onwards with the smart zombies, you've got to be able to put the zombies in the place where you need them to make your defenses the most effective. Sure, you could surround a little thumb of a base with 1 billion blade traps if you really wanted to, but if your game didn't crash and die before the zombie horde actually reached you, then you would be spending all of your time doing nothing but getting resources to make that, and that's not my idea of fun. You play however you have fun. That's not what I would do to have a good time. I need some stairs though to quickly give them a way up, because as we know, they don't generally like ramps too much. At least when I've used ramps, it's gone a little bit sideways, a little bit quicker than what I would like. So let's quickly bang them on there, give them a way up, and once they're up here, then we can start toying with them. So the plan is that grabbing a couple of these powered roller doors, which are the coolest things to happen to this game in a very long time, and putting them not quite on the bottom, not on the second rung up, but the third rung up, so on that second to top block just there is where we want to put it. And if I put that there, I'll put another one just kind of next to it as well, then I should have enough space down here to chill and be happy and be merry. But then when I want it to, in fact, let's just turn this off real quick and get myself a switch, because I need to be able to control the power at the same time. Let's just put you right about there. Thank you very much. My orientation is probably not as good as it could be, but whatever. So if I wire these guys up like this should hopefully have got the rotation right. Just kind of come up and go across this path pretty easily. Let's turn you on. In fact, that was the wrong way to do it. Let's turn that on and on. Yeah, it's perfect. But more importantly, if I turn that off, can I reach it from back here? I can. On. See, with me, it glitches me up onto the top, but it doesn't do that to zombies. So if I quickly turn you off again and I get myself a zombie out here, let's just go, where's my Chelsea? There's my Chelsea. Put you right there, turn it on. Look at that. Gives them a gentle little nudge and just kind of slides them off your little entry path off to wherever they need to be. That hopefully isn't as much of a danger. So that is what this whole plan revolves around. If I'm up there fighting the zombie horde and then one of these stupid decaying bastards shows up and presses the nipples of the demolisher friend and he starts beeping away and I have no way of rectifying the situation, I need to have a quick way to flick a switch or step on something and push them off so he can go explode somewhere else. So now that we've got kind of the first stage of this going, let's not talking talking with my mouse because it's all janky all the place. Sorry about that. Now I've got this first, I still need to talk with my hands though. So now I've got this first stage of this build done. I'm going to quickly turn that off and I'm going to give it somewhere to go. Just pushing him off to this little side here isn't going to be enough because old Demolisher douchebag is going to come down here, blow up and ruin all of the rest of the stuff we got built here. So we need to send him somewhere he can't do much damage. I've gone and dug myself a reasonably deep hole actually. I've made sure that it's gone all the way down to where the ground is now rock and not just the normal sand up the top. If you're putting it just down into the sand, that's going to have a real bad effect when the Demolisher does eventually blow up. It's going to do much more damage to the surrounding blocks than it will if you're down a little bit, down where there's ores and stone and things a little bit more stable than what the sand is up the top. I've also made sure, something to keep in mind as well, that I've dug it shorter than the overall length of whatever structure I have here. Because got to remember, we need these parts here to be supported. Because if all the ground underneath this gets blown away, then everything up here will collapse. The same kind of principle that we used over on the easiest horde base ever over here. That's why we added the tentacle arms to the outside of this. Because as long as there is a block that has an uninterrupted path all the way down to bedrock down there somewhere, then you have maximum structural stability. As soon as there's like a hole underneath it, you're going to have a real bad time. In fact, looking at this, there's not a lot of ground left underneath here. I think this one here is the only one that's left uninterrupted, I think. This is really hanging on by the width of its nostril hair. Probably not a great place to be, but that's right. They will keep going down and down and down in there, and that's the plan over here. If I can get the demolishers to keep exploding, going down and down and down in here, then I should be fine just chilling out up here. So I've got that there. That's kind of the basic idea. I'll give it a quick test run, and then kind of make some modifications, either make it better or fix some things, assuming something goes wrong as we go along. Right, here we go. Quick little test. Got a Demolisher sitting, waiting out there. So let's quick jump on this pressure plate. And, yep, he gets pushed off and straight down into the hole. In fact, how much damage did that do? He fell a little bit of the way. He only did, what, like 22 damage? That's not very much at all. Alright, so it works with the Demolisher. Oh, let's quickly close those doors again, please. I want you to be closed. There we go. It retracts nice and quickly, which is nice. Let's get another demo boy out there. And this time, let's put a bit more spice in. Let's sprinkle a little bit of fuck yeah onto this. Let's press his nipple and then see if I can push him down there before all kicks off. Right, here we go. Nipple. Nope, missed the nipple. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to do a titty twister. Come here, buddy. There we go. Alright, he's beeping, he's beeping, he's beeping. I didn't push him off in time. They open up just that little bit too slow. I was trying to avoid, because like the easy way to do this was to have some always on doors that you could turn off if you needed to, which I mean is still kind of an option. So the floor, for example, just fall away from underneath them. I've kind of done that before with no real worries. Let's see if we can do it again without me being such a muppet. Here we go. Where's the nipples? There's the nipples. Step on the button. Down it goes. Still exploded right there. And look at that. We did a whole bunch of damage underneath that. That's what we didn't want to do. The doors just don't open fast enough. Alright, I might have to change tack here. This is the thing. This is why you gotta test some things before you build something big and elaborate, because if the whole crux of your idea doesn't work, you're gonna have a real bad time. If any of you were wondering how big a Demolisher's blast radius is, that's how big it is. I've got rid of all of the blocks that were damaged in those explosions. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 blocks by probably a lot more. It wasn't far enough down to damage all of them, I don't think. So they do a fair chunk of damage if you do manage to have an explosion where you don't want it to be. So I think we just need to speed up the process here. I don't know why I'm repairing this corridor. Maybe this platform idea won't actually work. I'll just try to push the zombies off the end. I'm going to continue to develop that idea to start with, but I want to get something that's going to handle the demolishers. That's kind of the ultimate goal. But before I dismantle all of this, let's just see what we can actually do with this. You know what? That's kind of to be expected, though. I mean, look, it's a Jawoodle episode. Things always go wrong in a Jawoodle episode. In fact, if I came into an episode and everything went according to plan, the thing I had in my head worked the first time, there was never any issues, that would be very confusing. Like seeing a dog with a stick of celery duct taped to the top of its head. You'd look at it and go, hang on a second, this isn't right, this isn't what I'm used to. Same would go here. Things always go wrong, but you gotta roll with the punches every now and again whenever they come down your way. Speaking of rolling with the punches, I think I actually destroyed those doors a little bit hastily. Probably didn't need to do that. Let's bang these guys back on there, because maybe we can make something. Maybe we can make like a relatively simple, easy AFK base or something out of this. If we know that the doors push zombies, we can influence where they're gonna be and push them into areas that the gaps in their pathing AI wouldn't normally take them. Does this still count as cheesing the AI? I'm sure someone will probably tell me it does. I don't really care. It's not cheesing in the way that I normally cheese it by making them fall into drops themselves. This is more like a more physical, forceful approach. Let's try something like this. Let's put a tripwire there and a tripwire. No, there we go. I've had to do this like stupid, ridiculous little bracket thing out here to go around the door to put the other side of the tripwire down. I wanted to use the trigger plates, but it just did. I mean, they've got 2 paths here, and I didn't trust them enough to actually hit the path every time. That goes like that, and then from you into both of these, that should be fine. We'll also get this all powered up, and then from that, hopefully there's enough time for the zombies who are running to come up here, hit the tripwire, and then push themselves down into the gap. However, there's now a block there. So this is the thing. I wanted to use the trigger plates. Maybe if this doesn't work, I'll have to go back to them and give them a crack. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Let's get some Chelseas like that. Let's get her attention. Come on, sweetheart. Please come up here and just go run my experiment for me if you don't mind. Are you going to open fast enough to protect me? Well, not from the one who actually hit it, but from the other 2. Yes, it seems like it does. And they're what? They're stuck down the bottom down there? Okay, interesting. So if I had the tripwire earlier on, maybe that would work. Interesting. I'm not sure what the best way to go about this is. I'll get rid of all that nonsense though, and we'll go back to just the trigger plates and see if that's any better. I don't think it's gonna be, but we'll give it a crack. Right, we'll try that. I've moved the trigger plates further forward in the platform so they'll hit it earlier. So hopefully the Muppet who actually triggers it first. I could have built this on like the invincible barbed wire or a water base or something, I know, but hey, I'm over here now. I may as well just keep going with it. So hopefully that will give enough time for the doors to open and push the first Muppet off into the pit of death. Let's get a couple of you, get your attention. All right, how are you gonna go? Make sure I stand in front of the pressure plate, so hopefully they'll come over that one. Did you see that? The 2 of them, they came up on this side. They must have seen the wires coming out and it's gone, you know what? That is absolutely a booby trap. I am not going anywhere near that nonsense. How did they know? Okay, well, let's just, let's go like this. Let's change it around then. This is the problem with pressure plates, you know. I want to be able to have 2 inputs on a relay, you know. I want to be able to go, like, if either of these get triggered, like, one into the same relay and that into the doors. So if either of them get turned on, then the doors will close regardless of which side the zombies are on. Having such a specific pressure plate is really tedious and really annoying. Let's try that. Watch as they avoid that one again. Let's stand right on the edge. They have to go that way. Oh, okay, the first one got hit. Oh, hit it again. There we go. Push this off. Ah, it's like a zombie disposal system. They get a little bit close to you, and just before they can actually make it, the doors go up and go, yeah, nah, mate, and just kind of bitch slap them down to get ground up in the bottom of a pit. Alright, that does work. I like that. That's one idea, I guess, but still not the demolisher one, but at least it's a working concept to start with. I'm going to try this again, but I've moved everything over a couple of meters to be over the top of the big death pit rather than next to it. So rather than trying to push the zombies down off the side in, I'm going to go with kind of the original kind of easier plan of just removing the floor from underneath them and letting them drop. It's a more instantaneous result, and also the doors close a whole lot faster than they do open. So if a demolisher starts beeping, all I have to do is figure out a way to turn off the doors instead of having to try to figure out a way to turn on the doors. We'll go 1, 2, 3, put you there, and there. That should be the right spots for these doors like that. Does that look a bit high? I'm not sure. No, that looks just about perfect. Okay, so what I'm thinking of how to do this one, and it's kind of going to be a little bit silly, but I'm hoping it's going to work. I'm going to give myself somewhere to stand like that, and then I'm going to step off the platform to get the doors to open up and drop everyone down. So I have to be in a specific spot for the Horde Knight. Now, there are other ways to do it. We've talked about reversible power before. In fact, I even got it wrong on that base over there when I was building it. I connected the lights after the door, not before. That was my bad. My bad, fam. I do fuck up quite regularly, actually, if you watch anything I've done ever before. So this one's hopefully a little bit easier, just because if I take a step away from the one spot where this all works, the doors open, they fall down, everybody is as happy as Larry. Alright, so let's give that a red hot crack. Let's get this all wired up. Let's shoot a demolisher in the nipple and see how it all goes down. Wait a second. I'm a complete Muppet. That's not going to work at all. There's a solid bridge there, not just the doors. I need to run on the bridge and have the bridge take away, which means I might need to... Uh-oh, people are going to get mad at me now. I might need to resort back to the old cheesing methods of having some sort of platform under there that they will try and run on that doesn't actually count as a platform for them, because I'll see that, and that's fine. I can't use, like, for example, sheets. In fact, I might even just show you what happens if I try to use sheets, because they don't see some blocks as part of it, because they clearly can't stand it, but some of the other blocks, they do see. Let's just go... In fact, let's make this a bit easier for us. Let's go like that, all the way to there. Nope, never mind. It all fell into the pit anyway. That was a little bit silly. Well, now I have to clean up all that mess down there too. See what happens when you have like a simple oversight like that? I thought I had it like just under my thumb, and instead it turns out the only thing under my thumb is my intelligence, because that's how freaking small it is. Alright, here we go. So I got this all set up. You can see I've got a nice solid platform here of door ready to take any zombie visitors who want to come through here. But I don't think it's going to work. Look how quickly they go away too, because underneath there is nothing. There's just some sheets on the side holding everything up. So I don't think the zombies see that as a viable path, even though there is a physical door on top of it. Give myself some Chelsea's out there. Now I'm fully expecting when I shoot this gun, those guys to come over and start beating on this wall over here, rather than running up and taking the bridge that I have a lot of them. This is the same kind of idea that a lot of people got confused about back in Alpha 17 when I came up with the killing corridor. I had a hatch drawbridge over the 1/8 blocks. People were like, I put the hatches down, the zombies aren't coming up here anymore. It's the blocks underneath. That's the important part, not the little gimmick you have over the top that makes life easier for you, not the zombies. Let's give this a crack. Let's get the eye on where they're gonna go. Yep. Oh, one's already gone down into the pit. Holy shit, are you serious? Are you serious? They actually saw it as a path? Well, I am stumped. I am a Muppet. Have they changed what the sheets do? The sheets never used to work, and I haven't tested just a sheet path in Alpha 18 yet. Alright, let's not close the doors then. This is gonna make me look like a damn fool. Let's get the AI on. Oh, they're thinking, they're umming and ahhing, they're not sure about it. Oh, okay, you're about to fall into the hole by yourself. Anyway, that's a little bit silly. They're going up. I mean, Chelsea, look, I love you, okay? I loved you, but the moment I met you, well, after Arlene left me anyway for the cowboy, but I never loved you for your intelligence, because apparently, like, I'm dead as dog shit anyway upstairs. Apparently you're even worse, because I didn't think that sheets were a viable option anymore. Has that just completely changed everything about Alpha 18? Like, I look at all these bases. I've been building all these bases all this time. Let's put it back to, like, actual daytime so you can see things a little bit better. I've been building everything under the sun, literally trying to figure out what the easiest way to kind of spoof the AI was going to be, how we could cheese it as good as possible. And when we landed with the zombie slide, having these wedges, because they could stand on that, but they couldn't, so they'd slide down to wherever you wanted them to go. They thought it was a path, but they couldn't actually physically walk on it. Have I been overthinking this? Is sheets the best block in Alpha 18? Can you build a path out of nothing but sheets and send them down to their doom? Let's get rid of those doors just for now, just to make sure it wasn't just like some weird trick with the garage doors playing spruce on their brains. There we go, get their ideas. What are you gonna, oh no, okay, it was definitely the doors then. Well, then I guess that settles it. The garage door is getting better and better and better. You don't need to turn that shit on anymore to send zombies down to their death. That's so much better. Well, we came all this way, and just because the zombies are dumber than I thought I gave them credit for, let's just continue to figure out the rest of this test. Let's get a demolisher and see how we go. Demolisher, there we go. You're not looking at me, though. It makes it a little bit more difficult to shoot your nipples. Get out of the way, please, and turn around so I can see them big spiky radio antennas. All right, there we go. Right, so if I shoot his nipple and he starts beeping, if I step off this, oh, don't do it yet, though. He should fall down into the pit, and we should all be safe up here. Ready? And nipple twister, off the button, down it goes, and there goes everything else. God, he does not take long to explode, does he? Or is he exploding faster because he's falling? I feel like he's dead. Like before, when he's been on solid ground, he takes a lot longer than that to explode. Maybe they've seen this coming. Maybe they've been like, Zruidl's trying to break this shit. We need to stop him doing that. And as soon as the demolisher starts falling, he goes into explode mode. Maybe they've thought about this beforehand. This is important for us to know. I need to run a couple more tests. I've come out to my secondary testing ground, my more destructive testing ground. I'm okay blowing gigantic holes in the bottom of the floor. And it turns out the demolisher takes 8 beeps. He explodes on the 8th beep. So if I put one down in the bottom down there on solid ground, just to show you guys what I'm talking about. Because I guess not. I guess it's just shorter than I thought it was going to be. I can hit with the nipple, please. There we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Okay, so on the 8th beat is when he goes, and it's the same as when I put him and then take the block out from underneath him. So shoot his nipple. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Yeah, okay, so there is no difference between him falling and him standing still. It's just a wickedly short time. Far, far shorter than I really expected it to be. I love that baseball field. One of the better builds. I mean, look, that video didn't get a whole lot of views, and that's fine, but I had fun building that. I like that there's now a sports stadium inside Ringwood Park too. So we'll go back over here. So he's not falling nearly as quickly as I need him to be, and especially because it relies on my reaction time, this is just asking for trouble. Repairing all the damage those demolishers did to my beautiful pit. I spent like 4 seconds digging this thing, and I spent far longer than that repairing it after those puppets went down there and destroyed anything, because like douchebags that they are. Alright, so I've got my pit, I've got my ramp on either side. What can we do with this then? We've got to try and figure out how we could use the information we've discovered with this to our best advantage. And I think I got something in mind. I just don't think you're gonna like it. All I'm doing is just building a bit of a better chute than what I had before. I want to try and make sure the zombies fall down and into this hole that I've now narrowed at the top as well. I was kind of sick of having those stupid little like dicks of metal sticking down to hold up the garage door. So instead, I'm just abandoning that and I'm banging these bad boys on instead. Put one there and one there. Now it doesn't look like much, but they are going all the way down. But I can go down probably another level, I think, to actually connect it on to the sand that's down the bottom there. Now it's sandstone, not regular sand. We all know that sand has the structural integrity of a wet cum rag. One of my favorite lines I've ever used, and I like that I get to reuse it over and over and become like a bit of a cult favorite in the comments down below, I'm sure. Last time I kind of hinted at it, and people went nuts that I didn't actually finish off the whole sentence. So there you go. It is, that is the glorious line that we've come up with. I hesitate to say it again, because we all know how YouTube feels about anything to do with that kind of fun stuff. Alright, let's go like that, to you, to there, and then that one to my pressure plate. Alright, we're going to wire this up the same as it was last time. In fact, I've wired that up differently than last time. Let's go, how did I do this? From there to there, and then that one to that one. Just trying to hide the wiring. That's my main concern right now. Like that. There we go. Okay, got the wiring out of the way. So I stand on this. Yep, they close, and we are ready for a good time. Now, let's quickly to make sure that the zombies are going to use that as a path as they did last time. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it so they send themselves down to the bottomless pit of hell, all on their own doing. As soon as they get down there, we'll be fine. Let's not wait until the demolisher has his nipples twisted. Let's just send them down there before anything goes wrong, and they can mill around the bottom there for as long as they like. I do not really care. First things first, we just need some Chelseas to make sure they do still act the same way as before. Let's get their AI on. That is not what I wanted to see at all. Why is that different? Why have they changed the way they were going about it from before? Before, they were running across there happy as Larry, and now they've just changed? They don't want to do that anymore? That's very peculiar. Why am I getting different results for different things? Like, the only thing that's changed here is that now those sheets touch the ground, whereas before they were hovering up in the air. There's actually anything I can think that's changed. Yeah, look, and now they just want to pull that apart. Okay, well, let's see if I can go like this. Let's control my body, stand on the pressure plate, take away their apparently favorite target of that door, and see if that changes the way they think about it. Let's go like this again, get some more Chelseas, put them even closer to the stairs, put their AI on. Okay, that's a little bit better. They're still getting stuck on little, like, knobbly stairs over there. Alright, and now they're coming across. Ow, damn it, stop hitting me, for goodness sake. I can't shoot you when you're still able to aim a gun. There we go. They're going to get rid of all of them. For some reason, the thing turned off. I'm still standing on the button, you clown. Why did you turn off? That's not... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, because the game's crashing. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, I thought it was crashing. There we go. Alright. Why... I don't understand. I don't understand. I've got a bunch of different results there, and none of them make any sense to me. Right, let's try this again. I've still got the narrower slot down here. I will open up again a little bit more in a little second, but I want to make sure that I'm like kind of testing each stage of this to see what the critical component is that's making the zombies act a little bit differently. I've also fixed up the entry over here so they stop getting caught. This little pyramid stair thing has served me well in the past. It should serve me well again here. Let's get some Chelseas like that. Let's put myself up here. How? Oh, okay. So some of them, it's... Okay, I'm very confused. I'm very confused. There's one over here somewhere. What are you doing down there? You're being different to everybody else. We were starting to go back the other way. Alright, that's not conclusive enough of a test. Let's kill all those Muppets. Kill them all again. Let's get a bigger crowd out there. Just see how many we can actually get to go the way that we want to go. Or we can crash 7 Days to Die again. I worried it did it a second ago. Now it definitely has. Alright, cool. Never mind then. Right, here we go. Got some Chelseas coming in. They're all kind of ignoring the doors. Cook could just bang them up like that. One just fell down the inside like the Muppet that she is. And they're all just kind of ignoring this now. I'm not sure why that was different than last time. Before we had like a half-half split. Some of them went down the bottom, other ones didn't. Maybe it is just the size of the hole here. Maybe it's not big enough that I feel like I can get to these walls. So if I go back to how it was before, if I could just like duck down there through here, go from that corner to where's the corner over here? Right about there. Yeah, that'll do. Get rid of all of that. Maybe that'll mean that things work a little bit better like they did last time. We can kind of get away with it. Let's go like that. Get rid of the body. Let's get another group of Chelseas out there. Yep, that'll do for now. All right, what's going to happen this time? No, stop going. Why do you do this? Get off each other's heads and come the way I wanted to. Alright, for the life of me, I can't get them to replicate the same result as before. Now they're acting much more how I expected them to react last time, where they're completely ignoring this whole bridge here, because it's not a real option for them, because I'm just using the sheet. So now we're back to kind of square one. We had a little glitch in the matrix there for a second where they acted differently, but now they're back to normal. That being said though, I mean, if I can get that's kind of proof that you shouldn't build something like that. If I can't get that to do a repeated effect, if I can't get the same thing to happen over and over and over again, then it's not going to work for a horde base. As soon as you start relying on it, that's when they'll decide it's all different now, and you'll be back to square one, getting your asshole eaten out by a bunch of zombified Jeffreys. So let's not do that one. Let's get rid of all of this. Let's go like that and like that. I can't bother doing it the long way. Let's think about something different. I don't like it any more than you do, but I've gone back to something that I know is reliable and will work for me every time. I've put in underneath these doors some wedge tips. Now, I mean, it's gonna work just fine. Like, you see this is a path, they can't actually stand here, they'll fall down into the pit easy as you like. That's not the important part here. The important part here is going back to what I was originally trying to test, is if we can get this to actually work in our favor. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get rid of that one, and we're gonna get ourselves, where are they? Some tripwire posts, get you, and just quickly bang you out on the side out here. So let's just keep those ones like this, and we'll go up like that and up like that. Doesn't really matter where they are. Oh, actually, kind of does, come to think of it, because what I want to do, I want to have an area where the zombies will come up, they'll press a button, and it will send them down to where they don't want to be, down the very bottom down there. So maybe, oh yeah, maybe something like that. That actually seems like a pretty good idea. Go all the way out like that. Let's put the tripwires on that bit, so they're still over above, like a pit of death kind of thing. So when they get to that point, that's when they'll fall down. On the other end here, let's go some, maybe not just vault doors, let's just go regular doors. I still don't really trust the doors. There's a couple different theories out there on what the best way, like how the zombies calculate the best path from to get to you is. They do seem to favor the doors, as we discovered in the blast doors episode over there, so I'm not really sure. So for the moment, I'll just keep it how it is now, and we'll just wire all this up as normal and see if hopefully we can get this all to run how we want it to. It's not going to be the final result for this one, because I don't really like doing the reversible powers. It is something that's important, because you run out of battery charge eventually, and then it's no fun for anyone when the zombies apparently just don't turn off the thing and come in and smoosh your head against whatever walls you've built for yourself. Let's get ourselves a really terrible battery. Let's get ourselves a level 1, that'll do. Grab you. I wish there was a way I could like tell the game what level I wanted, so I didn't have to kind of keep playing the random number generator game and getting what I need. Let's turn you on. How are you going to go when everything else is on? Quickly flick you. No, can I flick the bloody thing? There we go. What are you running at? Oh, for goodness sake, just tell me how much this is all going to take. I was halfway through building this and I realized I've built this before, you know, this is nothing special. I've built zombie trapdoors with garage doors plenty of other times. I don't need to do it again. So instead, I'm going to build something that I hope is going to be different. I'm going to go back to the absolute original idea I came in for. I know I'm going to be a bit schizophrenic and moving all over the gaff right about now and like come up with different ideas every 5 seconds. But I'm just trying to find out something that works. I hate leaving an episode with a base that doesn't work. And I feel like I'm right on the cusp of getting someone. Sure, it's not automatic, but nothing in this game really actually is. You have to do a lot of kind of prep work yourself, or in this case, just flip a lever. I was working on reversible power again, and I was like, you know what? This is too complex for what it's asking of me. Fuck off, bitch. I do not care about you right now. I just want to have something simple. I can flick a switch and remove the zombie threat. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. That's what I hope is going to work out for me. It should do. I just have to do a little bit of rearranging again. So we're all the way back to square one. What we originally had way back when, before we got distracted by all the other things we thought we could do, we have a simple, solid platform all the way across there with some garage doors on the side. Now, all I'm going to be doing here is just like a get the hell off my door zombie button. So if they're coming up here and beating on this door, I can push them off into the pit. Now, I'm just showing you the idea of how you can use the garage door. You can apply this in so many different ways. I mean, I've been faffing about with some other stuff, but like you can have a way to push zombies off anything you wanted. If you want to keep the zombies away from something, or if you know you need to reload your gun and you just need some time to get them off your walls or whatever, you can get something like this and just push them away a little bit. You can either have them coming out from underneath here, pushing them back that way into a pit or whatever, off a platform or whatever. Have like a staircase coming up and push them off the stairs, whatever you want to do. I'll quickly just bang this one out, then I might try one other way of doing it as well, because this should hopefully work. Let's just get all this wired up and make sure it's all running and rocking and rolling for me. Where are you going? You're going down to there. All right, I can just take that one from you up to the pressure pad, and from you down to both of these. So I can just chill here, watch the zombie waves roll in, not have to worry until the very last second. Let's get some Chelseas out there. In fact, you know what? Let's get a whole lot of Chelsea. Let's get a whole lot of party happening all the way out there. Let's get all their attention. Okay, look, we're already off to a better start than what we had before. You're a little bit caught up on the stairs, but that's okay. We're going to come over here, start beating on the doors. I don't care. Push the button. You get off the wall, please. Push them all off down into the pit down below. Easy as that. Oh, look, another horde coming. That's all right. Just press the button again. Push them off. They slide down. You get off my door. Need to put like a roof or something on top of this. As long as I get off the door again, the next horde will come through and we'll be fine and dandy. Push it again. Up, over, down, down they go, down to the very bottom. Easy as that. It works a treat. Look, it's a little bit more building than I wanted to get there. It's a relatively simple design we've gone back to, but just how it is perfect. I know this episode's been going for a rather long time now, but I want to try one other thing, and that is kind of the same kind of principle, but instead of a long corridor like I normally do, this time I want to have like a slightly different entrance to this base. In fact, what I might do is just grab all the batteries out of here so I can break this and keep all the level 6. I can't really get that back again. Go like this. Let's just destroy everything we've done here, just like that. Send some of the rubble down into the pit. That's okay. Don't really care too much as long as I've got some space to build. I want to try something new. I don't think it's gonna work, actually. What I was trying to do is have like a garage door on the back here, so when they're beating on the door here, you flick a switch and they get pushed down into the pit that way. You could totally do it if it wasn't a working door, but I might even just try and see if I can keep building it somehow a little bit, because you're gonna go up and over the top of it, which is kind of awkward. I'm not sure. Ooh, interesting. I didn't think you could... Oh, that's attached to the door there. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, how is that attached? It's not actually. Look, if I get rid of the block that's attached to the door there, then it's fine again. But if I just go like that, actually, can I have just like a trick door? You know, remember a door for you to use, but the zombies will come up, get mushed against the door there, thinking they can get to, and just be made a total fool of. So let's fill up the rest of this, just like that, all the way along. Make sure the zombies have no other way to get to me. Run a couple of zombies. This is what I would build. Again, it's a fake door, but zombies seem to like prefer attacking doors, so maybe we can use that to our advantage. Right, here we go. I've knocked something up real quick. It's like a bit of a pretty cool, like, little, like, back door, I suppose. If you were building something next to, like, a canyon or something, you could use the canyon to your advantage, have a simple little ledge out the back here that when someone presses the button upstairs, like that, if I pop off my little alert for a second, it opens up a little, like, pushy door that pushes them down into the canyon. Now, I have on the inside built a little thing that would make it usable as a door to you. It's not smooth, it's not easy. You gotta jump over this horrendous little eyesore here, and then out the door like that. And try not to throw yourself into a cave. That's the thing, not your main entrance, but you could definitely use it to kind of lure the zombies away if you wanted to, and then go into your base like that, if you really wanted to build something like that. Plenty of other options. If this is what you want to do, go for your life. But I'll quickly show you, hopefully it's going to work against the zombies. I don't know yet. We'll give it a red hot crack though. Let's get out of my body. Gonna need to be able to see everything. Go like that. Let's get the pistols so I can spawn the zombies where I need them. Couple of Chelseas like that. There we go. Alright, let's go and get their attention. AI on, please. There we go. All right, attention's coming in. I'm controlling the up. Oh, I pressed the button early. Damn it. Okay, get them to come up. So they're trying to get to me. Where are they actually going? Okay, you got distracted. Where are these other two going? They're falling down into the canyon by themselves without me actually doing anything. All right, that didn't work out as however I wanted at all. Let's quickly reset this, get rid of all the Chelseas, and try it again. Maybe in a different position. Okay, let's try this one instead. This time I'm inside this little hutch here. In fact, let's make this a little bit more airtight, shall we? So no zombies even try and get in here. Go like that, and just block everything up. We don't want any zombies coming in the back way. We're just assuming this is all like a base back here, so we can all pretend like there's something here a little bit more than just a thin sheet of metal protecting me from whatever zombie is coming up to try and rearrange my face. Got that one going. Let's use the actual pistol this time and get out there. Alright, got a couple of Chelseas. I like how the text, like the colors change and I'm hidden away in a cave. Let's try this again. There we go. Like that. They're all coming up like this. Where are they going this time? Gonna go right underneath me. Alright, yep, cool. Is one of them gonna go to the door out the front? That's the way I want you to go. Stop standing underneath me getting confused. I know your AI is broken. I'm trying to break it a different way. Alright, I think I've got a solution here. It looks a little bit tacky from the inside, but from the outside, it looks kind of nice. So what I've done just on the inside in here is I've banged in some steps and put the door on backwards. Now, to leave here, you have to crouch. It takes a little bit longer than like just running full speed back in. You can come in full speed, but leaving's a little bit slow. That's fine. As long as retreating is full speed, you should be okay. Now, it's all wired up to this pressure plate here, just like normal. So when they're beating on this door, that should pop up and push them off. I'm going to give it a red hot crack, though. Got my Chelseas out there, hopefully going to do what I want them to do. Let's get their attention. Already so far so good. They're coming up to the door outside. Now on the inside, you can't really see it right now, but I'll walk straight forward. In fact, let's see if I can get a bit of an angle on that. There we go. Angle myself like that. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna walk forward onto that plate. Walk forward. Door comes up, pushes them off into the pit. All right, walk off again because those ones are up the top. Let's try that again. Yes, perfect. They will get sent down into the canyon down below, and I am safe as houses in my little house in here. So that actually worked out really well, actually, in the end. Let's get my AI back on so I can actually leave here, squeeze out the door, like that. Suck a dick, Chelsea, you can't come and get me. Not the best base I've ever built in my life, I'll be honest, but the theory works. Using the garage doors to push zombies off edges does actually work. You don't have to cheese the AI anymore. You don't have to get them to run onto blocks they can't actually stand on. You can just push them forcefully off to where you want them to be. It took me a long time to actually get to something that actually works properly, but there you go. There's 2 examples of things you can use. Use them as you see fit, or don't use them at all. I don't particularly want too much. I'm just glad that I finally got to the end of that with some working examples. It took a long time to get there. So I'll have to leave this episode here with some working bases and come back and build some other bases in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to all the patrons on Patreon who made this episode possible. If y'all like it, make sure you hit the like button down below or subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.